Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to TalkingTelly podcast episode 29. And here, as you can see by the image and the thumbnail and everything, not only that's happening now but on the news, of course we're going to have to be talking about Harry Potter. Hogwarts Legacy has dropped just recently. Everyone's talking about it. It's been the most streamed single player game ever on Twitch. And I hate to say this, but it has quite frankly I'm doing air quotes right now, broke the internet. And so, to celebrate this, more Harry Potter, media coming out, and, thankfully it's not some shitty movie or whatever. We'll get onto that in a sec. We're going to be covering every single Harry Potter movie, every Fantastic Beasts movie, and discussing the Cursed Child at the very end. So if you want to hear about the Cursed Child, stick around for the next hour and a half, or however long this is going to be. Yeah.
We're gonna try and keep it as condensed as we can for the folks at home, because I, for one, don't want to go into a 3-hour ramble.
We haven't done a 3-hour
Harry
ramble.
Potter
We never
movie.
done a 3-hour ramble. That's a lie. I have the stats.
The Star Wars one was pretty close.
It wasn't
the
close.
Star Wars one.
It was
when
150.
all the calibrations and football talk came to 3.5 hours.
Where are you pulling these numbers from?
I'm telling you now, when it was 3.5 hours.
How can you
The
remember?
length
You
of
don't have
Endgame.
any of this.
Because it was two different calls. It was two different calls. I can look at it right now.
The calls do not equate it. We probably talked after. We just ended.
We did
probably
not talk after. We
definitely
talk after the Star Wars one.
on YouTube.
We did not
look,
talk after the Star Wars one, because it was like we started at 9. We finished up at like 12:30 or something. We were like, alright.
I'm looking at
We have to
the
finish
longest
up.
one on YouTube is discussing the 7 and Umbrella Academy. That's 2 hours and 15 minutes. That's longer than the Criticalorians. So
We must have talked that from. Jeez.
yeah, so eat those words.
Eat those words. Eat those words.
Alright. But firstly, we'll do this in chronological order, so from start to the end, chronologically. And so we must start by discussing the 2016 revival of the Harry Potter saga, the first movie in a planned 5-movie series about one quote-unquote book, which was basically a compendium which discussed literally beasts, is Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, which is the first movie. Starring Eddie Redmayne, directed by David Yates, who directed many Harry Potter movies, many of the good ones, and with everyone's favourite Ezra Miller and Dan Fogler. Oh god. We can actually talk about Dan.
Dan Fogler, remember from the
Comic-Con.
from the Comic-Con? Oh, dear God. Pretentious prick.
Oh.
What a fucking ass.
I can't believe we saw
Go
him.
fuck yourself on whatever show you brought out. Some goofy ass, stupid ass show. I hope nobody watches that. I hope, for his sake, not a single soul tuned into, what is it, The Making of the Godfather?
Yeah, it was The Making of the Godfather.
Oh, so stupid, man. I'm sorry for anyone at home who watched and enjoyed that show. I will never watch and enjoy that show because of him. I love mafia movies. I love hearing about the mafia in general. I think it's pretty cool. This show might have interested me if I didn't go to Dublin Comic Con, but Dan Fogler is a prick.
Yeah.
He's too up his own hole.
Well, look,
I don't want to make this.
It didn't do great anyway. But look, even though we hate Dan Fogler, we have to say he was decent in this movie. And this movie, as the first, I don't think even when they dropped, people knew that it was going to be 5 movies. I didn't know there was going to be 5 movies when the first one came out. I thought it was only going to be 1, maybe 3 max. But I think everyone enjoyed this movie. It was critically well received. It made 815 in the box office, which from a budget of 175 to 200 million is very good. It wasn't a ridiculously long movie either. 2 hours and 10 minutes. Like, that's perfectly fine.
That's not bad. 10 minutes for credits.
It was just a fun movie. I mean, it was fun. It was engaging. It was interesting. The dynamics were between between Newt Scamander and his beast was great. Like, you had that mole looking guy who took money. You had the big beasts. You had that the weird smoky gin looking thing. I don't remember what it was. I don't remember the name of it. You know what I mean. I'm scared.
Yeah, no,
I'm
I
scared.
get it.
I'm scared. And it was interesting, There was Ezra Miller, who should be in jail, played decently, and it was just a good movie. I think I don't quite remember that much of it, but and honestly, I don't think I'll be watching it ever again. But for what it was decent. I think a lot of people enjoyed it, and I think if the Fantastic Beasts series was left as this, I think it'd be much more fondly remembered. So, do you have anything to say about Fantastic Beasts 1?
Fantastic Beasts 1. I have to say, I did enjoy the first one. I did.
Yeah.
I didn't think it needed a second one, though.
Oh, no.
I don't think it needed a second or a third movie. We'll get onto that in a bit. But I was genuinely happy and content with the way they finished Fantastic Beasts 1. I thought if they just left it there, it would have been a perfect standalone Harry Potter movie. But I don't know why, but people in Hollywood, the hands start twitching when they hear about Harry Potter.
When they see the box office money coming in, the grubby hands start coming in, they start sweating, they start huffing and puffing and ordering 4 more movies.
Like, if they had just left it where it was, I feel like people, they would have been excited about a second movie. But I feel like they would have understood, this opens the door to making more Harry Potter movies, like more extended universe movies, which I feel like would have just benefited the franchise a lot more than a 5 slated, movie. What would you call it? Like movie timeline? Yeah, that's the best way to call it. Yeah.
So overall, I feel like that's all we can say about 1. We'll move on to Fantastic Beasts 2. The Crimes of Grindelwald. Now, this was a very contentious movie when it came out. Because the internet, very similar to The Last of Us 2, except without the controversy in that, the internet was up in arms, Half people saying this is a great movie, half people saying it was an awful movie. And most of the people that are saying it was a great movie were 10 and 12-year-olds who have never seen a movie in their life, because this is an awful movie. It made 650 in the box office, so still a lot. But 150 less than Fantastic Beasts 1. And also, I just want to say, I just checked. The lowest mainline Harry Potter movie, box office wise, is 797. So this already is, not as big as they'd like. Obviously, it's a profit, but it's not as big as you'd want it. I mean, this movie had. It's needlessly complicated, full of weird plot holes, characters completely changing. You had, I don't remember her name, the love interest of Dan Folger. She all of a sudden starts turning bad and trying to side with Grindelwald, even though he is literally, he wants to kill all Muggles, and she's into a Muggle, so it's why would she ever side with him? That makes no sense. I don't remember if she was the double agent. There was some double agent in that movie, which was very confusing.
They didn't really do much explaining.
No, they didn't. That movie was awful.
It's just a really bad movie. It's really bad.
Not much to say. It was just a really bad movie. Everyone was disappointed, and what's bad? When the Harry Potter fandom doesn't like something.
Yeah,
they will love everything.
These are fuckers who they'd bite your hand off if you said anything about this side of stuff.
Oh yeah,
who's trending recently?
Peeves.
Oh, what's his name?
Peeves.
Who?
Peeves.
Peeves.
Yeah, I remember he's a character in the books, and people going mental that he wasn't in the movies.
Oh, what's his name? Reginald Black.
Who? Oh, the professor of Legacy. Right.
Is he the professor?
No, Reginald Black is some politician.
No, wait. It's someone.
Professor Black.
No, not Professor Black. No. It's I'm gonna remember his name now, but people are going crazy over this guy. He was featured in the Half-Blood Prince book, and he dies trying to get the Horcrux.
Okay.
And people were going crazy. How could they not include him in the movies? He's a very big part of the books. I've read the books. He's like a little side story. He's like a little word of mouth side story. And people are going crazy over this. Yeah. I will remember his name.
The problem with big fandoms and big huge IPs is that people will especially when it came out a while ago, people will latch on to these very minute details. I know this from a fan of freaking A Song of Ice and Fire. You know, people will go mental over a character that is in like 10 pages. I'm like, oh my god, this guy's gonna come back. This guy's so high. This guy's gonna be on the Iron Throne. He's gonna win it all. And it's like, bro, this is some random fucker like that they mentioned once. And I think
Regulus Black. That's the name.
Regulus Black. I've definitely heard that before.
Regulus Black. And people going crazy over this guy. Oh, why is he not included? Why is he not in the books?
I mean, younger brother of Sirius.
Sirius Black, yeah.
Fairly.
But no, he dies. He just dies. That's his whole.
Oh my god, he's a decently sized wiki page.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And they're like, how could they not include him in the movies? How could they not include this guy? Bear in mind the movies came out how many years ago?
Yeah.
And they're still pissing and moaning. I think somebody came out and was like, hey, you know, they can't include everyone in the movies.
Yeah.
And the fandom went crazy. They went fucking mad. They went apeshit at this guy.
So, yeah, so that's Fantastic Beasts 2. And then Fantastic Beasts 3, which came out last year. Oh boy, oh boy. I mean, the controversy with Johnny Depp, the fact that he's not in this movie, replaced by like Mads Mikkelsen, which they just don't address, by the way. It's not like this is Harry Potter. They can say anything to address this. They can say he took a polyjuice potion. They can say Grindelwald's such a master at spells. You know, to hide from Dumbledore, he's changed his face. You know, so like Dumbledore won't love him anymore. But it's just like, no, this is.
I can definitely see them doing something like that. That sounds that sounds too good. That sounds too.
But they're not going to do it because it's good. They're not going to do it. Like
that's actually that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Drugs right there. He's have to write in the fourth Fantastic Beasts movie right there. That was good.
So you think Johnny Depp comes back and he's like, aha, I was just hiding for the third movie, even though I never addressed it.
I wanted you to fall out of love with me. That's bullshit. Oh, I can definitely see it now.
But like,
oh, the fandom would go, man. They would go crazy.
The third movie is like the point of these movies is at the start you think it's a Fantastic Beasts movie, but it's about Newt Scamander. But slowly the saga is turning into Grindelwald versus Dumbledore and the pact that they had, which eventually led to Dumbledore's sister dying, which is like a big point in Dumbledore's arc as a character in the books and in general. And, you know, Grindelwald's this person in his past, you know, deeply scarred, they were lovers and not anymore. But it's just, it seems like I think a good example of this is the Star Wars example, where Grievous and Kenobi see each other and they're like, oh, you know, like they say like one or two things to each other in the third movie, yeah? And you're thinking, oh, you know, they might have met each other once or twice, you know, it's like finally the battle that we're waiting for. But every like 10 episodes of the Clone Wars, you'd swear Grievous and Kenobi are battling. Like every single couple of episodes, it's like, oh, they're back at it again. Like, it's a situation of less is more, but in this, more is less. You don't want them to constantly be encountering each other, you know what I mean? Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but was there like this huge, like, did Grindelwald do this entire war in the books? Did they talk about it or no?
They mentioned it.
Yeah.
For some part, you know, when they're going into Dumbledore.
Yeah.
Backstory.
Yeah.
They do definitely, they mention.
Yeah.
And I think it's in Order of the Phoenix, where they're setting up Dumbledore's army and they want to learn more about Dumbledore.
Yeah.
That's when it's mostly revealed. And I think it's Dumbledore's brother is introduced and he gives the long-winded backstory. He doesn't necessarily mention Grindelwald then.
I mean, in the movies he's introduced like 7, but yeah. I only know
introduced in Order of the Phoenix, no?
No. His brother's just a stupid name. Whatever the Dumbledore is, or Dumbledore brother, I need to know his name. Aberforth.
Aberforth.
Like Albus and Aberforth, like
Don't ever diss my dog, Aberforth.
Aberforth, yeah, he appears in later on.
I don't know, man. The books are muddle. The books are like I've read them, but there's so much useless content in them. It's all just kind of muddled together in my brain. I read them quite fast, to be fair.
Oh my
But,
god. See what Ezra Miller looks like with like long hair? He looks greasy. And it's
Oh, fella
fantastic.
looks crazy. He looks, yeah,
He is
he looks
mental.
goofy as hell.
Oh, no, I can't. I can't even Google it. You get the weirdest shit going on.
I don't know why people weren't concerned about him earlier on.
They were. This is during his acts. This is a year ago. A year ago, Ezra Miller was. Everyone knew that fella was basically a pedo, a kidnapper, a stalker, a harasser, an abuser. Like, I don't understand.
Sounds like my kind of guy. Huh? I do not agree or hold humor to anything which Ezra Miller has done, folks. I don't believe he's a good guy in any way, shape, or form. I'm not commending his
Strangling issues, like strangling people, like what? The guy's mental.
I do not commend
Burglary,
I do not
mental
commend
health.
I
If you go on Wikipedia, most of his page is about the controversies and legal issues, not his career or his personal life. And how is he still in Flash? How is he still probably going to be the next two Fantastic Beasts movies? How is this guy not been asked? Like, I don't. There's one thing for it to be like, Harvey Weinstein situation where everyone knows about it but no one's talking, But everyone knows about this and everyone's talking about this. You know what I mean? Like, how? I just don't understand.
He's still in it, baby. He's still in it. He's still going strong.
Oh, fuck that guy. I
think the whole situation is just funny.
How is it funny? How he literally hurts people and he gets away with it. How is that funny?
Actually, guy is actually insane. Guy is,
The fella, honestly,
he's so far off.
he is Patrick Bateman. He is Patrick Bateman. He actually is Patrick Bateman. Everyone's like, he's doing all this shit and he's always trying to get caught and no one's doing anything. He cares about the smallest things. Like, the fella is mental. He probably has drawings of beheaded women in his fucking journal and just sits there kicking his legs up, like talking shit to his secretaries and his fucking co-workers.
Guy is mentally insane. I rate it.
Wait, I want to talk about this. Alright. So on June, so this is like, wait, I want to know the timeline. So, 4 months after Fantastic Beasts 3 came out, Ezra Miller showed up to this family's house. He wore it was a mother and a 12-year-old child, and they got a harassment order successfully. A temporary one, by the way, against Ezra Miller, because he showed up to the house unexpectedly, wearing a bulletproof vest and having and a gun before touching the child's hips, and then he said he offered to start a clothing line with the child and fund them in school, and Ezra Miller considered the child to be a powerful mystical being who would be lucky to have Ezra guide them and protect them. Like, what? How is he not in jail? I don't. What? He had a burglary thing. He pleaded guilty, and then the burglary charges were dropped. Like, what? I don't understand. This is all, like, this entire thing is all 2022, 2020, like, 2020s.
Right back. Yeah, no, crazy stuff. It's crazy stuff. It's funny.
Like,
I think that's funny.
how is it funny?
This child is a mystical being. He will be. He will do well being guided by me.
Sure, imagine some dog shows up. Imagine your dad. You got your child, and Ezra Miller shows up at your house
Ezra Miller
with
shows
a gun and a bulletproof vest, and he's like, "Oh, your child. He needs to come with me.
He will be safe for me.
Christ.
I will protect the child."
And so, Fantastic Beasts 3 earned 400 million in the box office, which is still a profit, but considerably less than nearly most modern movies nowadays. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of generic average movies get 400 million. Do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah. I feel like anybody in their mind, oh, let's go see Fantastic Beasts 2.
Like,
No, I'd rather not. But there's nothing else on. Okay.
like I'm looking at this. Like, I'm seeing. I'm trying to find a good example. I don't know. I can't say the Minions because like all the kids watch the Minions. But,
Everybody loves the Minions.
Bruce Almighty made more than it. Bruce fucking Almighty.
You dissing my favorite movie, Bruce Almighty? You dissing my favorite movie?
Like.
Who doesn't like
Even
Bruce Almighty?
I think even the new Jurassic World movies did better. But anyway, I know about Fantastic.
Dominion?
Let me check. Dominion. This is a very good. Dominion got $1 billion in the box office. Dominion smoked it.
Dominion got a bill?
Third highest grossing movie of 2022.
How? How?
It's got $1 billion, and
How?
Dumbledore's fucking Secrets of Dumbledore doesn't even scrape half of that.
How? How does it get a bill?
Nobody knows.
A big B.
The biggest of bees. I want to check how much the 2018 one got. It got 1.3 billion. Like, these movies are going sicko mode, and yet, like, you know it's bad when no one's gonna see these Dumbledore movies. This is a movie stacked. Dumbledore. You know what I mean?
Nobody gonna see these double door movies.
No one cares. Which is,
oh my god.
So, but
nobody cared about Dominion as well, and people still.
No one like I don't know. Like, I know one person who's on Dominion.
We know collectively. We know one person who's.
And this person's a psychopath.
Jurassic World Dominion.
So you know
that person will watch Paint Dry. Would honestly watch Paint Dry. Just to see what it's like.
Yeah, just experience it. And look, we got to move on. But in the end, it's easy to make money nowadays. So the fact
it's easy to make money, folks. The moral of the story: it's easy to make money.
a large. Let me rephrase that. A large IP in Hollywood, an IP which has probably the most popular book of all time. One of the most popular movies, like not only individual movies, but probably the most popular movie saga of all time. Everyone in the man knows Harry Potter. You know what I mean? Everyone knows Harry Potter.
But yeah, it's a household name.
But this is like you go to the backwaters of Antarctica and the Inuits are reading fucking Harry Potter over there. So
I feel like more people would be able to identify Harry Potter than the president of the United States.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Wait, what do you mean it's not Obama?
Yeah.
That's Harry Potter.
Yeah. Harry Potter is president. No, he went lulled in the chat, but I don't know at what point did he lull.
A while ago.
I wasn't looking. But in the end, those movies made nothing. You know it's bad when a franchise is dedicated as a Harry Potter franchise in today's market where everyone goes seeing these movies. This is after COVID, by the way. They had no excuse. Dominion came out roughly at the same time, and it got smoked in the box office. So now let's get on to the actual good movies that are, and we'll start off straight away with a movie that I actually have on DVD: Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, the first Harry Potter movie.
I feel like everyone and their ma has that movie on DVD. I don't think that's a big one to have.
It's a weird one though.
But
it's a weird one if you know what I mean. Like, why does everyone have this movie on DVD?
Why? Because it came out during a time where DVDs are just the norm. No? Do you not remember getting these movies in Extravision?
I didn't go to Extravision. I went to that place in Liffey Valley, HMV. Remember HMV?
You can't rent movies in HMV.
I'd buy HMV. I'd buy movies in. I'd bought it. I wouldn't rent it.
Renting was the move.
Nah, it was buy, maybe.
Renting the movie was the move.
No. I'm no rent.
And then if you like the movie, you went into Extravision and you bought it.
Nah, HMV was the move before they swapped it with.
Or a preview Raccoon. Preview Raccoon.
But doxing yourself.
Oh yeah. Oh god, I hope they don't find me.
The Indians are coming.
Jesus Christ. You sure you can say that, bro? You sure you can say that?
Yeah, I mean, look, I can't say that. It's a joke.
I feel like that's what a lot of people say before they hit the hay, you know?
I swear.
It was a joke, I swear.
I swear to God.
I swear to the gods. Please don't get it.
But so Harry Potter 1.
Alhamdulillah, Allah.
And Harry Potter 1 is just, it's probably the quintessential good kids movie, if you know what I mean.
Oh,
Like,
it's the most innocent of the Potter movies.
but it's still good. It's still got decent action, like the chessboard, the chess fight. It's got
The chess fight,
the troll.
the Voldemort reveal.
Yeah,
That was pretty cool.
That's pretty funny. That thing happened after 9/11, and he's wearing a hijab. Or he's wearing a fucking like a turban. The villain wears a turban after 9/11. Like, what's this?
Wearing a turban. I don't think it's called a turban.
It's a turban. What do you mean? It's a turban. It is a turban. I'm right. It's a turban.
You're right, yeah.
Yeah. I'm cultured.
Culture.
He was
over here. Culture.
Why is this white villain wearing a turban after 9/11?
And nobody thought it was suspicious. Nobody in their man thought it was suspicious. Oh no, he's just a bit quirky. That's
Yeah. He's just a bit
fella's a
wacky.
bit fruity, if you know what I
Yeah,
mean.
and he literally turned out to be hiding something under the turban.
Bomb scare. Why didn't the wizards get involved in 9/11? I always think that's the funniest thing.
Oh, do you know that there's the Harry Potter guy who was involved in the England bombings? Either Crabbe or Goyle was involved in bombings.
What?
Yeah, do you not know the London bombings?
I know the London bombings. I didn't realise one of them was involved in it.
Jamie Raylet bombings. Yeah, he wanted the petrol bomb this place. You know the fat guy. Oh, the actual the bomb.
Right.
The guy with the round head.
1 second.
Alright, so for anyone who doesn't know, the duo of Crabbe and Goyle, you know, the henchman of Draco Malfoy, one of them was planning. He had a pet. During the London riots, at the age of 22, he was about to petrol bomb this place, and he got arrested. And so yeah.
It's like the Diary of a Wimpy Kid actor.
No, this is
him in Canada who threatened to kill the Prime Minister. He killed his own ma.
Do you know what this is? Do you know what, I'll tell you what this is like. This is like Ezra Goddamn Miller. This is like Ezra Miller, except why don't you put him in jail?
The guy wasn't a main actor though. It's a side character. It's a fat side character.
What was Ezra Miller a main character in?
The Justice League movies.
He was not a main character.
He definitely wasn't a side character.
Well, if that's true, then there's 7 main characters in that movie.
That made sense. It's the Justice League movie.
Whatever. Look,
I'm spitting facts.
we can't go back. We can't go back to Ezra Miller. Not now.
No, we're too far gone.
And
We're petrol bombings and Canadian Prime Minister
and 9/11
assassination attempts.
There's also a hilarious, and there's a Harry Potter 9/11 fanfic. It's called Tumbling Towers.
Right mind.
And I'm not making this up. You can
You're in
actually.
the right mind. You're in the right mind that's typing this out. Like this is gonna be
Like this
this is gonna be a smash it.
I'm not lying, brother. You can Google Harry Potter 9/11.
This one's gonna blow up.
You can go to the tumbling towers. But yeah, Harry Potter 1 is a good fun movie. It's got that magical innocence, as you said. It's a lot of ooh and ah. It's got that wonderment of the magical world, which we haven't ever seen, you know. You're looking at Hagrid, you're looking at, like, you know, when the food hall lights up, looking at the magic, that Wingardium Leviosa, you know. It's got that this glossy feeling, if you know what I mean. Like real Christmassy. You'll know you'll be safe when you watch this movie.
You know you'll be safe. Oh dear God. Oh dear God. That's very ominous. You know you'll be safe if you watch Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. You know.
So it's a 2.5.
But if you dare watch anything else, oh dear God.
It's a 2.5 hour movie, and it got $1 billion in the box office. You know, big smash.
A big B. Back then, a big B was a
2001.
big deal.
2000, big deal. I just want to quickly check. Books. I want to check when the books came out. Alright, so this is only 4 years after the first book came out, by the way.
Not bad.
Like, this is very like Goblet of Fire came out a year before this. Order of Phoenix hadn't come out by the first movie release. So this showed how huge these books were. Like, everyone in their mouth was reading these books. If the mouth wasn't, you know, banning the kid because of witchcraft, you know. That was a big thing.
Oh yeah, no, that was. I remember I was reading something, and it was like American mothers were terrified that their children would turn to like Satanism.
Oh yeah.
Just because of the Harry Potter books, and because, you know, in the books or whatever, or in the original books, they like had like the drawings or like the spell circles or whatever you want to call them, you know, and you know, they talk about wands and they talk about this and that, and
broomsticks,
spell circles. I think that was it. But like, kids started drawing them out or whatever. You know, as you do as a child, you know, oh, you know, I'm gonna draw like this. Oh, I really like this book. You know, I'm gonna draw like the animals or whatever. And people were so terrified that their kids were turned to Satanism. They're drawing like satanic pictures, like grotesque animals. That I remember it was something along the lines of they were trying to get the books banned. Number one.
Oh yeah.
Number two, it was they sent their kids off to conversion camps, like religious conversion camps. Did you ever hear of sending kids to the ranch or to the mountains?
Oh yeah, I know. Kids get scarred from this. This is like a serious thing. Like those places are like cults. Like the parents think for some reason that it's decent, but no, those places fuck your kids up.
Oh, they're fucking awful.
Yeah.
Like, some of the shit, like they're not able to go home. They're just treated like
they're forced to
like
stay
livestock.
Yeah, they can't send letters out. You know, any letter that comes in is proof checked, and you make sure that.
Or it's monitored. Yeah. Everything's monitored. You can't have any like. I'm not saying you can't have any sweets or sugar is bad, but like they starve them.
Yeah.
They starve these kids, or you know, you're not allowed to talk to anyone for a month, and if you got talking, you know, you'll be banned from talking again for another month. You know. Yeah, silly stuff. Crazy. So, anyway, we might as well continue on.
Let's move on to the second movie, where, you know, progressively throughout the series, you'll notice that the movies get a lot darker, which is something that I love. You know, I personally love the more grittier parts of Harry Potter. But the second movie, which really holds up surprisingly, you know, is Chamber of Secrets. It's got a lot of interesting, you know, moments. It's got the mystery of, you know, who's killing all these people, who's freezing all these people in Hogwarts. Where is the Chamber of Secrets and what's in it? What's with the Tom Riddle diary? And then, you know, the battle at the end with the huge snake. Like, it's very, very, you know, interesting. This movie is really... Obviously, it's not like a ridiculously 10 out of 10 movie. It's not like non-stop action, but it's a really good movie, you know. Dobby's in it. Dobby gets a couple of W's. They got the car, like Ron's dad's car, that they get to drive around in. Like, this movie is overall just very fun.
Very fun, and the CGI was great.
Oh yeah, very good.
Which is weird. It was 2004, wasn't it? 2002.
Yeah.
2002, and the CGI was that good.
Yeah. Shows you how well, if you put some effort in, CGI can age. You know.
But it wasn't like over the top, extravagant,
Oh no,
Marvel
no.
CGI, folks. It was just very subtle, very
I mean, you had a big snake that
calm
looked
CGI.
cool.
God, the snake looks like you're watching it today. You might think, oh,
No, that's good. It
a
looks
little bit,
good.
but it holds up.
Oh yeah.
Like with the aesthetic of the film and it's got like the lighting or whatever, it holds up. Like the snake looks good.
Yeah. It's an interesting thing I'd like to note is throughout all these movies, you'll realize that J.K. Rowling isn't like a fantasy writer. She's a mystery writer. Every single one of these movies is a big mystery. It's a whodunit. In the first one, it's what is the Philosopher's Stone? Who made it? Where is Voldemort? Second movie, it's I just mentioned who's killing these people. What's in the book? Who is Tom Riddle? Why why are these guys getting expelled? What's going on? What's in the chamber? The third movie and so on. Every single movie, which I'll point out as we get to, is a huge, almost murder mystery riddle movie. Riddle movie, and. And you'll quickly notice that later on with The Cursed Child, which we'll talk about, that movie, that book, did not have a good mystery. It did not have an interesting, idea. But anyway, this movie too made 878 in the box office. It did great. Obviously, the first one will always get the most because, it's the first one.
The first movie, it's the starting of the saga.
But, it was... Obviously, it still has that tiny bit of innocence from the first one, but it's nice that these kids, you can get to see that they're aging up. And now we can go into my personal favourite of the Harry Potter saga is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, which I just think is a phenomenal movie. Straight up.
This movie slaps.
I've seen this movie
slaps.
2 years ago when I had nothing to do during the summer. I got this movie for free. And I just sat down in the middle of a random day and I just watched it. And it was just great. Not literally non-stop action. Like, would I say this? This isn't an over-exaggeration. There are no scenes that nothing happens. Every single scene is important in this movie. The stacked is cast. Gary Oldman comes in. A ton of other people come in. Obviously, the cast is stacked from the start. I mean, we haven't talked about Alan Rickman, Michael Gambon, obviously Daniel Radcliffe, Emma Watson, like.
But they weren't big names.
Oh yeah.
They were big names. After the Harry Potter movies. Well, except for Alan Rickman, of course. Yeah.
And Michael Gambon, and Gary Oldman, and Maggie Smith. But the third movie is just phenomenal. I mean, it's basically the ultimate mystery of who is Sirius Black. Why is he trying to kill Harry? Who are the what is the word?
You're trying to think of the name of the group, aren't you?
The Marauders.
Yeah, the Marauders.
Who are the Marauders? Why do they have this map? How did they get this map? What is Snape involved in this? And then they bring in the Time Turner, and then the movie kicks up into another gear. It just starts going crazy. He thinks he's seen his dad. The Patronuses come in. You get the Dementors, which are one of my favourite parts of the entire it's one of my favourite things in Harry Potter in general. You got Lupin. This movie is just phenomenal. In my opinion, it's you can just tell. I love that you can tell between Harry Potter 3 and 2 how much they age. You know what I mean?
And you can see the hair change.
But in general, the mannerisms, the director's changed, and it's not Chris Columbus anymore. It's Alfonso Cuarón, and what he told them was the kids to act as if they were in secondary, in this boarding school. Because in the first two, they're young, everything's buttoned up, their uniforms, but in the third one, you wear it as if you would be there, Not everyone has their tie at the very top. Not everyone has everything, nicely tucked in. Most kids have, their shirts, going out wherever, their tie completely, off or, on their hand or something stupid, This is a very real movie, if you know what I mean. It seems very organic, the way the characters interact with each other. And it's just a really goddamn good movie. And Dementors, the Dementors look so good. I think that's one of my favourite parts. The fact that they come in, the weather changes, they start sucking people's faces, and yeah. Do we want to move on to 4?
I think moving on to Goblet 4.
Go ahead, because I'm pretty sure this is your.
Give me 1 second here.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, let me just real quick. Ooh. Yeah, Goblet for fucking slaps. Shit slaps. I loved it from start to finish. It was honestly, yeah, I think it is my favorite Harry Potter movie of all time. Which is weird to say, you know?
Yeah, especially since
Many people would be like,
a lot of
Goblet
people.
4 is your
Yeah.
favorite? That's a bit weird. Isn't it like
It's-
the emo one where they have like the Hunger Games style games? Nah, this movie fucking slaps. The whole, you know, Harry Potter getting chosen, and he's not like he's not the good guy anymore. I like that.
Oh yeah.
I fucking hate it. I hated the whole Harry can't do wrong. He's the chosen child.
Uh-huh.
His man, dad died. Look, yeah, he has the scar on his head. Look. What do you mean? What do you mean Harry's the bad guy? What? Harry might be a little bit of a prick sometimes, but you know what? Like, he means good. I hated that. I like the fact that Dumbledore was like, "What the fuck you doing?"
Yeah, he's like, why are you
I like the
shooting?
fact that everyone knew what bullshit he was gonna be on.
Yeah.
They made sure he couldn't be in them games because you know you could fucking die,
Yeah.
and you know he wasn't ready. But Harry, oh, I wish I could be in the games, and then suddenly he's in the games,
Yeah.
and he's expecting people to be like, Harry would never put his name in. What?
I mean, he did, yeah.
Fella was constantly seeking attention. And he gets called out for it, and he's in a big hole. Dumbledore, he's being mean to me. What do you mean? I would never do this, Dumbledore. Please.
But also,
Of course you're gonna think this fucker's have to put his name in.
Yeah.
Come on. That's why I like it. Number
Yeah.
one, it's actually real. It's based in reality. It's not Dumbledore saying, "Oh, I know my blessed student would never lie to me." Fella's actually annoyed. Number two, you got Cedric in it. Cedric is probably one of the best characters they brought in to Harry Potter as like a side character.
Four has a lot of really good characters to add in, like Mad-Eye Moody, Barty Crouch Jr. Like, obviously,
Well, bear in mind, you can't only talk about Mad-Eye Moody considering it was just you know,
yeah, but
Hollywood juice.
yeah, but it's still him. Like, it's still, you know what I mean. It's still. I said Barty Crouch Jr.
Technically, it's
Yeah,
not.
all
Technically,
right.
it's not
It's
him.
all right. Then
Technically, it's not him.
it still counts as
The
Barty.
character who you like is
It
just
still
an
it
imposter.
still counts as
Imposter among us, you know?
it still counts as Barty Crouch Jr. then, because it's Barty Crouch Jr.
Yeah.
David Tennant, who's such a good actor. Like,
Yeah,
as you
really
said,
good actor.
like Robert Pattinson, like, you can tell it's starting getting stacked now, you know? Like, obviously it was stacked, even more stacked with Ray Fiennes as Voldemort, which is just, I mean, the reveal of Voldemort in this movie is just phenomenal. They hold no punches.
Amazing.
Like, you're thinking, oh,
Return of
Voldemort.
Peter Pettigrew as well.
Oh, yeah, Peter Pettigrew
I'm telling
comes
you,
back.
Cedric, underrated character.
Yeah, gets
I feel like
dunked on by.
I feel like a lot of fandom go a little bit, cuckoo bananas over Cedric, but they forget what he did. The fellow was just a better Harry.
He was, but
Harry.
let's not forget
He
he
was
didn't
in
get.
Hufflepuff, which is, you know,
He didn't. Let's not forget he got absolutely dunked on by Peter Pettigrew.
he got dunked on by Peter Pettigrew, who also had Voldemort beside him. You know,
Doesn't matter. Voldemort didn't do anything.
People also forget, like, Peter Pettigrew was like, what is he, like 30, 35?
Yeah.
You know, he was part of the Marauders. He was like
I'm not saying.
strong enough.
I'm not saying
magic user.
that Peter
And
Pettigrew
Cedric
is weak.
is just a fucking student. He is like a fourth year or something, so he's got like 2 more years
I'm
left.
just saying it's a bit funny that, you know,
The fella's
Peter.
like 15 or something. That's what I hate the most. How could you get dunked on by this guy? That's so stupid. The fella's like 40. It's got a 40-year-old coming up to you right now and just beating the fucking to you. You know, what are you gonna do?
I'm just saying it's funny that, like, the rat guy bet him up. The guy who literally turns into a little rat. Cause it's funny because you're right, you wouldn't notice when you watch the third movie. Peter Pettigrew is literally a sniveling rat. When he gets confronted by Lupin and Snape and fucking Sirius Black, he literally is a scared child basically to them. He's inferior to all of them, but you're damn right. He is. He can literally turn into a man. Not many people in the Harry Potter universe are animorphs. Like, he's extremely talented, and so to see him just straight up dunk on Cedric, it's really out of nowhere. You'd go like, "Oh my god, this guy actually is a threat." This weird ass looking guy, and yeah, I mean,
You have to remember, dude's got Voldemort there as well.
Voldemort
He's
doesn't. Like you tell me,
He's
Voldemort.
got the most powerful.
Yeah, but Voldemort, Voldemort didn't kill him, did he? It was Peter Pettigrew. Look, anyway.
Still there though.
Yeah.
Like what would you do if like
Adolf
Hitler
Hitler
was right there? Hitler was
Hitler's there,
right there.
and the Himmler comes up to me and shoots me with a gun.
What are you gonna do? Of course you're gonna be like, what the fuck? Are you gonna dodge a bullet?
Yeah, I'm full of Neo.
Oh,
But,
oh no. 5'4" fella with a gun shoots you. I'll dodge it though, he looks a bit weak.
I agree with you, yeah. I think
Yeah.
I just want to talk more about Voldemort. We've been talking about him for the past 4 movies, but you never really know what he's gonna look like. Obviously, we saw him at the back of someone's head. We see him as young Tom Riddle, but you're still kind of thinking, what's he gonna be like? How is he gonna look? And the CGI on them making him is beautifully disgusting. Like they throw this flesh baby of Voldemort into like the cauldron, and then he comes out and he's growing and his spine is like breaking. Oh, it's disgusting, but it's so good. And you see him come out, and he's as beautifully disgusting as Voldemort is. You know, no nose, nice bald ass, you know, gaunt, and he just looks terrifying. Like this guy will haunt your dreams, especially as a kid. And
yeah,
and he just
no,
like
I hated the slicing Harry's hand scene. I hated that.
oh yeah.
Oh, that was disgusting. They slice the hand open and then it starts to turn like a little bit green because it's Voldemort's blood spilling out. Because, bear in mind, I didn't know at the time, you know, the Horcruxes and stuff like that. And you're thinking, oh my god, they're just gonna murk Harry right now. Just, why is there green blood coming out? Oh dear God!
And for me, this isn't one of my favorite movies, but it's still a really good movie. All the trials are very interesting, like especially the dragon trial. Even I love the underwater trial as well. That battle at the end when I don't remember the name, when the two wands collide and then they form the laser. There's a name for that.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I
know what you're talking about. I'm trying to think. They caused like the explosion.
Yeah. But it's like why? There's it's because the wands have like this like twins. The wands are like connected.
The wands are twins. Yeah, it's like the light and the dark or whatever. It's.
But I don't remember. Oh, I wish I knew the name.
I think it was something like the wands are destined to destroy each other. I think that was.
Yeah. But I want the name of like the what's it called? How you put it in Voldemort? What's it called? No, I don't remember what it's called. Oh, I don't remember. Anyway, never mind. That battle at the Ave at the end is visually great. And then we'll move on to. Oh, I just want to check the box office. 896 million. So, like, you can tell all these movies are doing well. The third one did 800 million. Like, none of these movies are even close.
I was also thinking about it there. The first movie has been re-released in cinemas a couple times now.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why it made so much.
Yeah, I mean...
Bear in mind, these movies are consistently making 800
Oh, yeah.
now.
Like, these movies are... And, like, the IP itself, anyone... Like, it's on Now TV right now. But it's like... Netflix were trying to get it earlier, and like they have to pay millions upon millions to be able to stream this. You know, everyone wants to be able to be the streaming service that has Harry Potter on it. You know, like everyone's vying for this. And I want to move on to my second favorite Harry Potter movie, the one that I've seen the most, Harry Potter and the Order of Phoenix. People say,
great movie.
People when people point to this movie, they always say that the book. People always say 4 and 5 that. People love the Goblet of the Fire book and dislike the movie because it changes a lot. Because the Goblet of the Fire is such a huge book.
It does.
But people know
the Goblet of Fire book is like 1,300 pages.
But then,
this is no joke. You could curl this book. You could actually do weights with this book. It's a heavy book.
Well, it's not 1,200 pages, but
isn't it?
It's 636.
My one upstairs is 1,300. I'm gonna send you a photo of this right now.
I don't know what book you're cooking, dog. says Order of the Phoenix is bigger than it. I don't know.
That book is a big ass book.
I mean, look, it can't be because, look, A Game of Thrones, the first one book, is 780 pages, and it's got 100,000 more words than Goblet of Fire.
100,000.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, my book is a small book. It's not like one of the big A4 books. You can get big A4 Harry Potter books. I only have the small ones.
Like,
I'm telling you now, I think it's like 1,300 pages or something.
I'm looking at the word count right now. It's the word count is most important because pages can differ. Some things just have huge fucking pages. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But let's just I'll just say in comparison. A Goblet of Fire has 190,000 words. A Game of Thrones has 298,000. Storm of Swords has 424,000. Like, obviously these books are huge, but I'm not trying to diss Harry Potter. This isn't a dick measuring contest in words. I'm just trying to Goblet of Fire. Sorry, Order of the Phoenix. I just want to say that. Like, that's no slouch. You know what I mean?
Oh, it ain't no joke, people.
Like Goblet, like Order of the Phoenix is actually bigger, even though, from what I've heard, people really don't like it. People say Order of the Phoenix is boring, and people often say that the movie Order of the Phoenix, people were worried, and they were very surprised that they managed to turn this mediocre and super dragged on book to a great movie, And this movie, once again, has many mysteries. It's, how are they going to fight? How are they going to fight Dumbledore, Their Defense of the Dark Arts teacher is a joke. How are they going to ever fight Voldemort? Sorry, not Dumbledore.
How are they gonna, I was thinking, how are they going to fight Dumbledore?
The room of requirement comes in. They did have the battle at the very end, and the mystery of what's Voldemort planning, what's he going to do? And,
But yeah, it's all about tension building.
Yeah.
That's what the movie is about. It's all about things in Hogwarts that come to a boiling point.
Yeah.
People are scared, of course, after what happened in the Goblet of Fire, and it's a very real situation now. The death of Cedric. It weighs heavily upon everyone in Hogwarts because he was
a very
he was
famous
like a popular guy.
Oh yeah, everyone.
I wouldn't say famous. He was a very popular guy.
But
think
of the end though. Like the end is brutal in Goblet, by the way. When Cedric gets through and like everyone's cheering because he made it, but he's dead and his dad runs up to him.
His dad is
that's brutal.
Mourning there.
I think it was like a worldwide scandal for like the wizarding community. Like everyone knew Voldemort is back. Voldemort is back, but no one wanted to believe it. If you know what I mean.
It presented a very dire situation to everyone, and people were scared. Like I remember in the starting Order of Phoenix, people were scared to go back to school.
Oh yeah, people were scared.
It was a concern.
People were questioning Harry. People
started fleeing. They started going to the human.
Some people didn't believe Harry as well. They were like, "No, you're lying. You're just trying to make yourself popular. Like you killed Cedric." A lot of people. This movie has a lot of politic tension, if you know what I mean. Like how he has to fight the Dementors at the start, and he's taken to court, and they're telling that they're gonna expel him because he's magic outside of school. They don't believe that. They don't believe him that the Dementors are back. And so,
it was that the Dementors would leave Azkaban.
Yeah.
What was it? They say.
I don't exactly remember.
They're followers of dark wizards or something like that.
Yeah, I think they're attracted to the strength of it.
Oh, I think that's it.
But
or it's like they something to do with souls or something like that. Because they're attracted to Harry. Or no, I think they're attracted to bad emotions or
yes, that's what
curses.
It is. Yeah.
And they know Harry holds a lot of negativity, but it's coming from Voldemort.
Yeah.
Because he's a Horcrux,
And he did see
the Dementors are trapping out. Yeah, I remember that now.
And this movie also establishes the side characters more. Obviously Goblet, big, you have more of Ron and Hermione, obviously. But in Order, you get more Luna Lovegood, more of Neville, more of Ginny, which Ginny's not my favorite in the books later on, or in the movies later on. Sorry.
Well, no, the movies. That's one of the biggest crimes.
Yeah.
One of the biggest crimes is that.
We'll get onto Ginny in the sixth one, yeah, because that's the main.
Yeah.
But in this one, I thought Ginny was decent. And overall, it was just the battle at the end is great, and then Sirius dies, killed by Bellatrix, and you're like, oh my god, you know, like damn. And then Voldemort comes back, and he tries to like take over Harry. And the training like that Snape and Harry have been doing, that both of them hate each other, you know, that actually pays off. And I love that battle at the end. Dumbledore comes in after being exiled from Hogwarts and has to fight Voldemort in a great, like, we haven't seen magic at this scale. You know what I mean? Like, we haven't seen two crazy, just busted wizards fighting against each other. Jesus Christ! And
Yeah, that's my bad. Give me 1 second.
and it's like when Voldemort like takes all the glass. Oh my god, it's so like when he shatters all the windows and just shoots glass at Dumbledore. Like Ray Fiennes kills it in this movie. We love Voldemort. Like, we talk about great and Goblet, but in this movie you get to truly see Voldemort because there's so many scenes, and he's just great. Like, you couldn't have asked for a better Voldemort. You really get to see the power of what's it called? The I don't remember the names. The Death Eaters, yeah. And
Yeah, the Death Eaters.
it's just a very spooky movie, but you also have, you know, like you have the actual Order of the Phoenix, them chilling. You have what's her name? Dolores Umbridge, like just being a complete menace. Like, it's just a great movie.
Dolores is a good, like, what would you say, a side bad guy.
Yeah.
Like
But
was it a duper antagonist?
Yeah. She's like, you know, Voldemort's the big bad guy, but you do hate Umbridge.
She presents current problems.
Yeah.
You know, she's a thorn for Harry. You know, it's a little stepping stone.
And then we go on to my probably least favorite movie. This movie I've seen the least amount of times. It's got some good scenes.
Half-Blood.
But it's Half-Blood Prince.
Well, no, I have seen it, of course, but you know, I haven't seen it enough. I haven't seen it as much as the others. Genuinely, this is the filler movie. This, to me, is the filler movie.
Book movie-wise, yes.
Of course, big things happen.
Yeah, but
Don't get
it's
me wrong,
just...
big things happen.
Oh, yeah.
But it is the filler movie. It's like a movie which you could sub out and just keep the last 30 minutes. And, or if you're marathoning these, you could sleep during this movie and wake up for the last half an hour. And, you know, you haven't missed it.
It's got a lot of weird things, like the whole Vaughn and Yoon's like love story. Like, it's got some it's got some decent mystery.
Is that with the love potion? Isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I hated that. I thought, no, it sounds so weird.
She literally
if this
spikes
was
him.
Ron doing this, it would do. I'm not.
People would go mental. Vaughn would be kicked out of Hogwarts.
Ron would be. He'd be doing a lot more than being kicked out of Hogwarts. And sent to Azkaban, you know.
Like this movie.
If anything happened, if any relations, we're not getting into this. We're
not. But in this movie, I'll talk about some positives in this not great movie. It's got Slughorn's cool. I like the mystery with obviously the Half-Blood Prince and like his journal, and the fact that like we hate Draco in this movie. Like throughout this whole series, we've only seen Draco being a sniveling asshole, bully, horrible person, and now Harry's like he's a Death Eater. I've seen him. And he's convinced. And every single scene, he's biased, clearly, because he assumes Draco is the perfect fit. His dad is a Death Eater. His mom is. You know, obviously he's also a Death Eater. But in the end, he's not. He can't bring himself to kill Dumbledore. And in the end, Draco actually proves to be a not awful person, which is something that this movie actually does very well in the few things that it does good. I'm trying to think what else happens. The Quidditch thing was cool. And obviously
the Quidditch matches.
Yeah.
And you get to see Ron actually dub out.
Yeah,
Ron boss occurrence in these movies. Yeah. It's a very rare occurrence you actually see Ron dub.
Ron dubs out, and then obviously the Dumbledore parts at the end are very important. When they go to the island, and it looks so cool when those weird like flesh monsters are coming out of the waters, and Dumbledore.
Yeah, this is where Regulus Black comes into this. People going crazy. It only happened like recently enough.
Yeah.
There was like a big online discussion / debate on if they should bring out a Regulus Black movie. Mm-hmm. I am not fucking with you right now. They want to bring out a movie which is based around the Half-Blood Prince. but a very, very side character.
Mm-hmm.
And people were like on board with this. The Harry Potter fandom were on
Oh my
board.
god.
It'd be almost like what's the name of Star Wars movie where they
Which
destroy the first Death Star?
And you hope.
No, not A New Hope.
Well, that's the one where they destroyed the first Death Star.
Yeah, no. Don't mind me. I'm trying to think.
I love
You
the
know the
Star
one where
Wars
they die in the
movie.
end. Yeah, you know the one where they die in the end. The runoff movie.
Rogue One.
Rogue One. I was trying to think there. Yeah, but they wanted to make it a movie similar to Rogue One because, of course, Regulus Black, he dies in the end. You know, he gets killed.
So he tries to get to like the water place where Dumbledore is.
Yeah, exactly.
What's crazy is I googled Regulus Black Reddit, and there's a whole thing of why I love Regulus Black, and this person just writes. Oh, check how much words is this. A whole, like, this is not one paragraph, this is like 5, 7. This is like a mini article on when they love Regulus Black. 500 words.
Yeah.
500 words. A mini essay on why he
I'm
loves.
not fucking with you, boss. People love this character. He's like, side.
And what's funny. What's funny is, like, the first comment is like, the guy's like, yeah, we don't. The guy's like, the reason like, this is what the guy's saying. He's like, I think the main thing that prevents me from really liking Regulus is that we know so little about him. Like, literally, it's like, oh, like, everything else that he wrote, it's literally like nothing. Like,
you know what they call characters like this? Yeah. It's something like fanfic projection. So they're projecting their ideas onto this character, this blank slate character, and they want a movie made about him. They want a fanfic movie.
Yeah. Like, I understand being interested. Like, I understand, like, oh, how did he die? What did he do? This? But people are like,
I understand that, but a movie movie about this guy is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can understand. Honestly, I think just letting the imagination fly here is the best bet.
If you Google Regulus Black Reddit, the next thing pops up is Regulus Black fanfiction Reddit. Oh my god.
Yeah, no, Regulus Black, and they wanted. Oh, who did they want acting as them? They had like a whole list. They had like a whole compendium of actors they wanted to play Regulus Black. You know. I think. Who was it? Because they had like a whole list, and people were like on board with this.
I'm just currently reading. I'm just trying to see why, and people like we don't know nothing about him. But yeah, it's weird. It basically what it boils down to is people want more Harry Potter. You know, people just want more Harry Potter. You don't want Fantastic Beasts. You want some of the characters that they grew up with, they've read about, and they'll just latch on to anything that could potentially lead to something. You know.
Timothy Chalamet. That's who they wanted to play Regulus Black. They wanted Timothy Chalamet to play Regulus Black. They wanted Timothy to play Regulus. People are going crazy over this. I'm no word of a lie here. People were actually going crazy over this character. But I think it's time we jump into the final two.
Timothy Chalamet is got to be like the big guy.
He already
is, but like as Dune, like you still haven't watched Dune, which is a crime.
I still haven't watched Dune.
But like, oh man. Anyway, on to Half-Blood Prince also made 900 million, by the way. 930. Like as it goes later, like the middle movies do the worst.
They're gonna get bigger and bigger.
Yeah, but then the later ones, and then we go to Deathly Hallows Part 1, which I don't know. I feel mixed about Deathly Hallows.
I don't like it
because
it's my second least favorite.
Second least favorite. Part of me really likes the fact that it's like they're done. They're not in Hogwarts anymore. I like Part 1. I really like the fact that it's a slow burn. Like they're on the run a lot. They're chilling. You have the weird scene with Harry Potter and like Vaughn. Oh, was it Harry Potter and Hermione?
Oh, no. Harry and Hermione.
Harry and Hermione
thinking about
getting in
Hermione cheating on him.
I think it's really good. I like Vaughn jumping in the lake and seeing like Harry. You see these illusions of Harry and Hermione getting it together.
Hey,
I'm not a big fan of. I think J.K. Rowling sometimes just adds stuff though. This is my one problem.
I think she was trying to make it adult. You know, it's
No,
definitely
no,
how
no,
my
no.
characters are grown
No,
now.
you know,
I need
you
to
don't
make
know.
them
No,
grown up.
you don't get what I'm talking about.
You don't know.
No,
You don't know.
they
You don't know.
look. Correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I've known, before this movie or book, they don't mention the fact that the Sorting Hat can have. Wait, so the Sword of Gryffindor can it teleport or how does it work? Because I felt like you don't explain this at all. It just appears when they need it
The
to.
sword of Gryffindor comes to whoever holds, what was it, bravery in their heart, and they need it the most. That's
Yeah,
the way they
I
describe it.
hate the Sword of Gryffindor. I think it's the most bullshit MacGuffin thing in probably anything ever read.
Oh, it is. Yeah, no, it's a complete MacGuffin. It just comes when you need it, and it leaves.
It's when it pops up, like later on when it pops up in the hat, in the Sorting Hat. Oh god, I hate it. I don't know if it's the first or the second one.
Honestly,
I just want to talk about the Sword of
that
Gryffindor.
makes sense, though. That makes sense. And let me explain why. The Sorting Hat was actually, like, it was just a normal hat worn by the founder of Gryffindor. Like, just a completely normal hat. And it was known to have, you know, what would you say? Like, I'm trying to say, like, magical powers, but, you know.
Properties.
He only makes it a sentient being later on.
Yeah.
But it was known to hold some magic value to it. And that is just where he kept the sword. He just kept the sword in the hat. So it makes sense for them to call back to that.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
they
it's a little
don't.
book reference.
But they don't tell you that in the movies. It just appears.
No, they don't tell you that in the movies, which is, you know, bullshit.
Yeah.
But in the books themselves, you know, they say, you know, the founder of Gryffindor used to keep the sword in his hat
Yeah.
and called upon it when he needed it most.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's just how it was.
Yeah.
And yeah, before like the hat gained any sentient powers, because you know it is sentient now. People, there's long-standing debate that the hat isn't actually sentient.
It's just the guys
that-
like memories.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just the guy's memories of these different houses, or that somebody in the back is controlling it. I also like that theory as well. I like the fact that it might be Dumbledore, you know, because he has such understanding of the students, he can just read what house they're destined to be in. I kind of like that.
I also really quickly want to talk about this, and what movie is this in, please? Well, I need before I wish. Wait. Alright, this is why this movie is not as low as maybe other people is. It has the tale of two brothers in it, or three brothers. That is.
The other ones.
That's phenomenal. Like that scene with like the visual, just the visuals of that,
the
like the
visuals
backstory.
are amazing. It
The
looks
story
proper.
is so good. It's like a puppeteering.
No, do you ever see, or do you ever play the? I'm trying to think of the Mickey Mouse game. It's like no. It's gonna sound crazy right now, but the visuals for this game are amazing. It's something Inc. It's. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna look this up.
It's this Tale of Three Brothers. I love it when they go
Yeah,
to
Epic Mickey, the Power of Two. You will probably remember this game.
This sounds very familiar.
Yeah, no. This game.
Oh
this game
shit!
Was big when it came out.
Oh,
this game was big when it came out.
Yeah.
Well, if you remember the cutscenes for this game, how it transitioned from like normal cartoonish to, you know, the Ink world.
This game
It's
was
very
crazy.
similar to how they do the Tale of Three Brothers. I really like it though. I really like it. And for a Wii game, it was really good. Anyway, we'll continue on.
I think, and like you get to see Luna's dad, and he's just mental.
I do. This is crazy.
I really like it, even though I don't. I think I get why a lot of people don't like it. It's very slow, but I just really there's something about it that holds a special place in my heart. But I wouldn't diss someone if they said they don't like it. And I think we can move on finally. This movie nearly made $1 million, 977, and can move on to the final movie, The Deathly Hallows Part 2, which is just a great ending. I mean,
It's a perfect ending to the saga.
I can't.
There can't be any complaints. The only complaints I've ever heard with it is that there's an alternate ending where Draco throws the wand to Harry so that they can have the final battle.
What?
So that means Draco turns his back on the dead years, turns his back on his family, and he becomes a better person. You know, he becomes a good guy at the end.
Yeah.
That's the only
Uh-huh.
thing. But I think the way his story ended was perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Like it was just grand.
Uh-huh.
No complaints. They finished off everyone's character development. They actually killed off characters, which I'm happy with.
Yeah.
I know that sounds crazy, but you know, it showed that the battle had actual consequences.
I mean, they kill off people in part one. They kill off Bad Eye Moody in one.
But actual.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. You get Lupin dies, Tonks dies, one of the twins dies.
One of the twins dies. You know. All right. Yeah. All right. All right. Cool. Yeah, but it shows there was actual consequence to everything, which I was happy with. You know, you didn't have to sit there and be like, "Wow, no one died in the big battle."
Oh yeah.
Hogwarts. Which it'd just be weird, and I feel like it'd be a very family-friendly way of ending it. And I'm glad the movies became a lot more mature, and the books, I should say as well. The books and movies became a lot more mature, and they were able to deal with, you know, the consequences of death as well. You see in the books the twin for 2 pages, I would have said, mourning over the dead twin, like, oh my god. You see the ma who's after killing Bellatrix Lestrange as well.
That was cool.
After killing Bellatrix Lestrange, and she realizes her son has just died. She's there wailing. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's a weird movie because it's like it just ends. Like the movie it's like a big ending, if you know what I mean. It's good, don't get me wrong, but it feels weird, you know, if you get me. That's all. How do I say this? I don't know. It's like the movie's ending from minute one, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like when you start it, you're like, oh, the movie's gonna end. Not in like a bad way, but like, oh, like this is the end. And it's obviously it progresses more and more. What else? Amber Ford is in this movie.
Amber Heard. Dear Lord.
No, Amber Ford.
She's there.
Not Amber Heard.
Not
Amber
Heard.
No.
I thought you said Amber Heard, and I was like, oh dear Lord.
Amber Ford.
Amber Ford. Yeah.
He gave him the Secret Passage. I think this is overall a really good movie. Obviously the Snape memories are so good.
Oh, the Snape memories are great. The
Yeah.
Horcrux, Voldemort killing the Horcrux inside of Harry is amazing as well. And then they have the white scene with Dumbledore there. Oh my god.
that one's funny, and you have like Voldemort chilling under the bed.
Give me 1 second here.
And obviously, like this movie is great, but I feel like I have some. I don't know. I wouldn't be able to put it too high. I don't know why. I feel like. Obviously, it's part 1 and 2. Both movies are like 2 hours and 20 minutes, like 2 hours and change.
Right,
honestly, I know this is weird. I would rather if it was one movie, 1 and 2. Literally,
it's one book. It's one book, so I think one movie would have done it.
But
at the same time, there was a lot of explaining they needed to do. Imagine cutting all the Ron.
No, you don't get me. You don't get me. I think a 4-hour movie. Just smash it one. Make it a Lord of the Rings 3, man.
No. The Scott Snyder Justice League movie was 4 hours, and I did enjoy the 4 hours. But I can't imagine. Actually, Avatar was 3.5, to be fair. You know, the guy might actually be spitting a few facts here.
Yeah.
You might actually be doing something here. And I do know that they re-released in cinemas, so that part 1 and part 2 are like molded together.
Yeah, that's cool. Like I
thought that was a good idea.
It would be heavy, obviously. In my opinion, the reason I wouldn't rank 2 as high is because it's just I can't explain this, but it just kind of ends. Like it's the entire movie. It's ending, and I kind of. It's a great ending. Don't get me wrong. The ending's nearly perfect, basically perfect. You couldn't really ask for a better ending for the movies, but
I don't know. It was the end, like the perfect end to a saga. Like I said, perfect ending.
But I don't know. I just feel like I don't know. I think we should rank the Harry Potter movies. 1 to 8.
Rank them real quick.
Yeah, and then we'll talk about the Cursed Child.
Well, we already know what my favorite movie is.
Yeah.
Goblet of Fire. Like, I just have to give it to that.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Yours, Prisoner of Azkaban. That's my second.
Yeah.
I think number 3, Order of Phoenix for movie. For a movie, Order of Phoenix. Either that, or I do really like Chamber of Secrets. Don't get me wrong, I really like Chamber of Secrets.
Yeah.
But I think Order of Phoenix takes the cake here. Then after that, I'm gonna have to say, it's tough. I'm stuck. I think it's gonna have to be Deadly Hallows Part 2. Then Chamber of Secrets. Then we have Philosopher's Stone. We have Deadly Hallows Part 1, and then Half-Blood Prince. That's the ranking.
My list is looking a bit wacky right now.
Looking a little bit goofy right now, you know.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm missing one. What?
You put Deadly Hallows.
Oh yeah,
Right,
part 2. Wait, I need to put part 2 somewhere.
There you go.
Alright. So I got Prisoner of Azkaban number 1, obviously as you said. Order of the Phoenix number 2.
Yep.
Oh god, you're not gonna like this.
Uh-oh.
3 is Deadly Hallows Part 1.
Huh?
I like Deadly Hallows. I know. I like Deadly Hallows Part 1. I like it. It's a nice slow burn. It's a different take. It's, you get to chill. I like it.
I don't want fucking chill. I want action. I want fucking big baller scenes.
Then
I want big ballers.
Then
I don't fucking know. Hermione might be.
And then for 4, I like.
Harry would never do this to me. I already have.
My 4 favorite movie is Goblet of Fire, the 4th movie. 5 is
Commendable.
Part 2. Hallows Part 2. 6 is Chamber. 7 is Philosopher's Stone, and 8 is Half-Blood Prince.
That's crazy, man. I didn't realize you like Deadly Hallows Part 1 so much, you know?
I'm just thinking about it in context. I like the Goblet of Fire, but I really don't. And I'm thinking about how much I watched it, what I've been going for. The most I've seen is Order of Phoenix. I think the second movie that I've seen the most is probably like Philosopher's Stone as a kid. The third one's probably Deadly Hallows Part 1. I've seen that so many times. I swear that's like, I'm the Polish TV here. I swear I saw it like 3 times on the Polish TV. Like I'm playing the game and it's like to the left of me and I'm just watching it because like I like the movie. I don't know. I feel like I don't think it's the best. I don't think it's the 3rd best movie. Well, it's my 3rd favorite movie. If you get me.
No, I get you.
And obviously, Deadly Hallows Part 2 made 1.3 billion.
1.3 billion. Well, I think it's time we get onto the curse trial.
Yeah.
I have a lot of opinions about the curse trial.
Oh, so do I.
I'll let you give it a little explainer first.
Yeah. So the Cursed Child is a play/book that was written by J.K. Rowling and 2 other people. This isn't a J.K. Rowling original, her only thing. It was made 2016, so actually 7 years, 7 years ago, surprisingly long ago, even though I felt like it just come out. And the 8th Harry Potter story, which it takes about his kids, it's got Harry Potter's son, Albus, is his name Albus, right? Albus,
yep.
Albus Severus Potter. You have Scorpius Malfoy, which I hate that name.
I hate Scorpius.
And then the entire movie, the entire book, they deal with the Time Turner. And, oh my god, I'm going to spoil it right now. Voldemort has a daughter, and she's so hot, and they're all into her, but then also she's the bad guy, and oh no. And I just quickly want to say, it has some things I like. It takes place over, like, Albus's, like, whole... It takes it over multiple years. It's not just him as a young kid or whatever. And what I like is that Albus is not the chosen one. He's not instantly gifted like Harry was. Harry instantly could talk to snakes. He could instantly get all the spells. He was a beast. Albus isn't. Albus isn't even like head boy or whatever it is. He's not even that good, you know. Scorpius is decent. I'm pretty sure Albus gets. Doesn't he go into Slytherin?
Yep,
Yeah,
Albus is sorted into Slytherin.
I think
like
the
that
start
as well.
is great. I think they're all chilling, like he's shit, and it's getting better and better. There's two problems. There's two parts when it gets awful. The second the time turner comes in, they should never have brought that in. They should have just left that in the dust after the Prisoner of Azkaban. They should have destroyed it. That's what they should have done.
So yeah, they go back and they get one of Voldemort's Horcruxes.
Yeah.
So technically, he's alive in the
It's right.
present
Yeah.
sense, and then he comes back. Oh,
And,
it's so
and
stupid.
what
It's
also
so
I don't
stupid.
like is the Harry Potter and Hermione fucking
Yeah, love affair.
Yeah,
Love affair.
like I
Ron is
personally,
just- Ron is cook.
personally-
Ron knows about it. Ron
Oh, yeah.
fucking knows about it, and Ginny knows about it as well.
Yeah.
And just both cooking each other like brother, like sister. Like, what the
like, well,
fuck?
look, I'm a movie Harry Potter guy, so for me, there's always been better chemistry between Harry and Hermione. Obviously, I know
Yeah.
in the books it's different. Ginny, we didn't even get to talk about Ginny in the sixth movie because that's how forgetful she is. That's how shit she is. She's awful. Every scene she has with Harry, they have no chemistry. Daniel Radcliffe and whoever acts Ginny, they just, I hate to say, they don't have chemistry.
The
in that
actress
movie.
for Ginny is fucking
Wait,
dire.
she's good. In the fifth one, she's good. I don't know why they just couldn't do what she did in the fifth one. In the sixth one, I don't know why they had to have that scene where they eat the cookies and he's like, it's good. Yeah, it's the most awkward scene ever. And I know they're trying to show us teenage awkwardness, but it's too awkward. It's not good enough. You know, they have no chemistry. And even though I'm a Harry Potter Hermione shipper, I don't like the way it's done here. I don't like the fact that it's like, oh, they have an affair, because I feel like it's JK trying to like acknowledge it, if you know what I mean. Like this should just be some stupid
these are
fanfic
real
shit.
adult problems.
Yeah.
These are real adult problems here. It's J.K. Rowling here. Hermione is black and she cheats on Ron with Harry. It's so stupid. It ruins the friendship form, I think. I thought Ron and Hermione, it made sense.
Yeah, in the books it makes sense.
In the books, it completely makes sense. In the movies, I can understand it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
In the movies, it don't make sense. But in the books, it makes perfect
And this is a book. This is not a movie. This is a book, by the way. This is a play/book.
No, it's like a screenwrite. It's like a...
Yeah, but it's it's not a movie. Like it's a play/book/ whatever the fuck they want it to be.
Yeah, but the fact that they just ruined that relationship for him. They just completely ruined it. Bear in mind, in the books, Ron and Hermione are constantly like bouting with each other. You know, Ron isn't like the smartest, but he's a witty enough guy.
Yeah.
And of course, Hermione is smart, but she's not witty.
Yeah.
So they play off each other perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
Now Ron is like the chuckle guy. You know, he's the funny guy. So it kind of makes sense in the books that they get together. But I heard in The Cursed Child, he's like a shell.
Yeah.
He's like a stay-at-home husband.
Vaughn's weird.
He does nothing.
Like,
He just sits at home,
Like-
and Hermione is like...
It's like his character regresses. Like the whole point of the 6 or 7 or 8 movie is that he is a brave person. He is a Gryffindor. He has the heart of a lion. He's not some shitter, you know. Like respect for Ron over here. I think the Cursed Child is awful. There's a I don't know if you've seen it. Is it by Austin McConnell? His YouTube videos about it. Yeah,
I think I have seen them actually,
it's
yeah.
phenomenal. It's like his most popular video. I'm pretty sure. Let me just check. No, it's not his most popular. It's actually no. It's one of his most popular. He has 2 videos on the Cursed Child. I highly recommend you watch them. It's great. One of it, or he might even have 3 of them. It's just really good. He dissects what went wrong, why it went wrong, and how he even provides. He has a whole video on how they should fix it, how it could be, and
Honestly, yeah, I feel like it could have been fixed.
it
and I
could
feel
have been
like,
great, but
yeah, definitely it had potential. I like the whole Albus is a Slytherin. He's not like his dad.
Yeah.
He's afraid his dad won't be proud of him. He's fucking up constantly.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't know what he's doing. He's trying to take every short route he can.
Yeah.
I like that. I think that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he has a lot of weight on his shoulders, being like the son of Harry, and not being. I think he's the youngest born child, is he, or is he the oldest?
Albus.
Mm.
He's not the only child.
Is he? Oh no, I thought you like brothers.
Let me
So
check.
remember at the end of Deadly Hallows Part 2, where like Harry's like waving them off.
Oh yeah. Let me just quickly.
I think he might be the eldest child. I think it's the
Ah,
first
I think
child.
he's just the eldest. Yeah. Oh, you're the second child. Sorry.
Yeah, I was thinking because the first child was Gryffindor, like Harry.
Yeah.
No, so it was the first child, which is then getting waved off
Yeah.
at the platform. So,
Yeah.
because I remember that child being like, "What happens if I get sorted into Slytherin?" I was
Well,
like, "Well,
no, because he calls him Albus in the movie, no?
oh, does he?"
Albus Severus. Because the eldest one is James. I don't know. I don't think they took this into account when making the movie, and then the cursed child, like 10 years later. I don't think they took that into account, but I don't blame them.
Sorry, I just got a random phone call there from a random. Oh my god,
Yeah.
random
Anyway.
phone number calling me. Yeah,
I think the cursed child had potential. It's obviously ass. I don't think there'll ever be another Harry Potter book / movie, and I don't want him to be. I think the games is where it's at right now. I think because if there's a bad game, no one's gonna care. It just goes in the bin. People will just say the producers are lazy, directors are lazy. But if it's a good game, everyone's gonna go mental. You know, they have that mobile game that like is super popular, the Hogwarts mobile game. You know.
I remember that game. Oh, what's the name of it? It was really popular, really popular.
It's like Wizarding World or something like that.
Mm.
Hogwarts mobile game. Harry Potter Hogwarts Mystery. It's ridiculously
That's it.
popular and super high rated, you know.
Well, it's like Pokemon Go, but
Like people
Harry Potter
love
one.
it. No, it's not Pokemon Go. It's not what it is.
What was it?
No, I played it a bit actually a couple of years ago when it came out.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I was a mobile gamer when I was at that weird age where I had to be doing secondary game. I can't explain it. The game you start as a first year and you go up the years, and the way it works is it's one of the shitty mobile games where you need stamina to do shit. You know, you doing actions waste your stamina and you need to regain stamina. But you can pay to get stamina.
Oh.
Obviously, didn't spend a single cent on it, but. For a free game, for what it was actually fun. You get to go through the years, you get to do Harry Potter shit, and you get to explore mysteries and like do duels and whatever, you know? You get to meet people. And I think games is where it's at. Especially now, games are just more successful than ever. Obviously, games are much harder to make now. You can't just whip up a game in 2 years as you can do.
There's a lot of expectation for games these days.
It's
a lot of work needs to be put in, a lot of time, effort, consideration. You can't just pump out games anymore.
No, but my point
Like
is, you can't make a good game in a short amount of time, if you know what I mean. Because graphically, it takes a lot to make a game. The AI, the scripting, the graphics, everything, all the molds, how the dirt looks, how the buildings look, it all for worse, I guess. I mean, sure, like the games look great, but we're not going to see the days of like 2010 when Mass Effect 1 comes out and then Mass Effect 2 comes out straight away and then Mass Effect 3 comes out after. My point is that, and like all those games have graphical, like crazy graphical increases, but the demand has gone to such an extent. We know how good games can look, that it's gonna take forever, and people always want to have a bigger game, a better game, and so in general it will be take longer to make games, but as long as they're Harry Potter games, no one's gonna give them monkeys. Like this game was announced ages ago, and people love it. It's going ballistic right now.
It's going ballistic right now. And I've played a bit of it, folks. I have the deluxe edition. I've been playing it. It's really good. The graphics are insane. The whole combat system is crazy as well. It's seriously good.
And
I like the whole
Hogwarts looks
mechanics
crazy.
of the game. Really nice. Yeah, Hogwarts looks so nice. It looks so clean. Everything about it really nice. They have mechanics which I thought weren't going to be possible in a game, which is really cool. Like, I'll give one example. When you're learning a new spell, this isn't like a spoiler or nothing like that. When you're learning a new spell, you almost have to go like what I like to call mouse tracing.
Oh
like
yeah, I get you. Yeah.
And
Trace the spell.
I think later on in the game, if you want to actually like activate like high level spells, you need to actually do this mouse tracing.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a pretty cool concept. And you can see your character waving the wand as you do this mouse tracing.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is a thing for PlayStation, because bear in mind I'm only like 3 hours in, but I hope it is to some degree. Like, I only know so far that it's whenever you're learning a new spell, but I really hope that mechanic stays in the game. It's really cool. And
Yeah, I think that's it, no?
I think that's it.
I think
I feel
overall,
like
we all
we've
love
explained all the Harry Potter lore.
the Harry
know
Potter
what?
saga.
Lore saga. Okay, if you were to bring out any Harry Potter game, movie, or book right now, doesn't need to be related to Harry Potter, but just in the wizarding world, what would you do? You can't follow the example. You can't just say Hogwarts Legacy Part 2.
Oh,
You
yeah,
can't.
Regulus Black standalone movie.
No, no reg, no reg.
Yeah,
Reg
no,
does
no,
not get
yeah.
nothing in my book.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
swear.
Joke. Honestly, I don't know if this would be a book, a show, a movie, a game, but something about the Marauders. Like the interactions with Snape like Snape with the Marauders when they're younger. I know that's a bit too much. Like as I said, less is more, more is less. I know that does kind of violate that idea, but I wouldn't mind if it was good. Obviously, if it was shit, I wouldn't do it. But a good, like, I don't know, something to do with them. I don't know what it would be. I can't think of that much. See, for me, Harry Potter is done. I don't want more Harry Potter for me personally.
No, I don't want more Harry Potter, but I would like more Wizarding World.
I don't know what
And I feel like
I don't know. I don't think I want more Wizarding World. Like I can't think of any.
The games are such a good idea.
Yeah,
the games are a seriously good idea.
But I don't know what. Well, I guess you could do like the other schools. Like I guess
You could do the other
you could do like God of War, like for it, where it's like you get to travel between the schools, but you're not. It's not like a base. You are like you're you, and it's like a linear game. Like God of War, but also open world in a way. You can do that.
Honestly, yeah, I think that sounds good.
Or you could do you could just do straight up a Grindelwald game, like where you fight against Grindelwald, or something.
I think the Grindelwald name's been tarnished at this stage.
Yeah, but like a Wizarding War. I think a Wizarding War game.
What I was thinking of,
Yeah.
Goblet of Fire game, not Harry Potter now.
I think that's already on the DS, dog. I played that. I could never beat Voldemort. He was so fucking hard.
This fucking guy.
He was impossible. I couldn't beat. I had those DS games.
You ever played that Lego game?
The Lego game hit different. That game was so good.
Lego games were so fucking good. They were so good.
That was the golden era of Lego games.
They were what
Harry Potter should have been.
Hogwarts Legacy should have been. Yeah. Oh no! In the very first mission in Hogwarts Legacy, this isn't a spoiler, but the spell Reparo.
Yeah, Reparo. Yeah. I watched a bit at the start.
There's like videos going around right now. It's like Reparo, and it's just like the Lego building. Like this is golden, yeah. That is fucking golden. That is beast. Like building was.
Like 1 to 4 and 5 to 7. Those hit different.
I'm telling you now.
I had one on the DS. Oh boy.
Oh, they were good. They were good. Probably
the best Harry Potter games.
No, best Harry Potter games. I don't know about Hogwarts Legacy now. Hold on a minute. Third favorite Lego game.
Probably second. The best Lego game was Lord of the Rings. Lego Lord of the Rings was untouchable. It was so fucking good. It was the first
Star Wars. Lego Star Wars.
No. Star Wars: The Clone Wars is great. Lego Star Wars: The Clone Wars is great. But Lego Lord of the Rings is where they upped the game. They added like actual RPG mechanics.
Lego Indiana Jones.
Oh, Lego Indiana Jones is great. Don't get me wrong. Indiana Jones 2 and 1 are great. I prefer 2. I have them both. But Lego Lord of the Rings is the best. The story is done perfectly. You have the Lord of the Rings story, you have the epic battles, you get to fight against Sauron, you get to fight as Sauron later on, you get to do all this cool shit, you get to have the ring, Boromir, Legolas, Aragorn, Gimli, everyone's in it, all their unique abilities. You get to fight your Balrog, for God's sake, in the game. The Balrog!
That was pretty cool.
Lego Lord of the Rings will never be beaten.
God damn.
They added, like, you know we had gold bricks, like the other bricks, yeah? You collect mithril bricks and you go to a forge and you create armor, and like this armor would increase your health and like make you stronger, and oh, it's just the best. It was the best. Alright, we need to end this Lego tirade. We can do a Lego video later on, but
Lego vid. That's not talking telly though. That's
Like-
the problem.
hey, look, we can branch into gaming some telly.
Talking game. Big gamers.
Talking Lego. Wow.
Talking
Lego Lord of the Rings. Wow. But yeah, with that wacky news.
Oh dear God. No. I need to finish my goblet of fire.
Alright.
That's all I need to do before we wrap it up.
Yeah.
Goblet of Fire game. I believe if they set off a game, not related in any way to the Harry Potter, I'm gonna call it the Harry Potter time.
Yeah.
In other words, but
The Harry Potter.
I'd love to see a Goblet of Fire game where you start off as a student. You can choose either skill, and they all have different attributes.
Uh-huh.
So I think it's like, I forget the name of it. You know, if you choose the girl skill, I think they were more.
Sexy.
Well, no, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. I think one skill was physical.
Yeah, that was the
One
men.
skill was
The skinhead lads.
Yeah, they were the physical side. You had the smart side, which was the girls, I think, and then you had like the true wizards, which was Hogwarts.
It was did the men have like they were like all purebloods?
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure that
Maybe it
was
was something like that. But
Yeah.
I'd love to see a game like that where it's like different attributes, almost like Destiny, and you can play the game in your own. Like you can take your own route for the game.
Yeah, like an
You
RPG.
have to like solve the mysteries. You have to play through the trials or whatever.
Not like Destiny.
The trials.
Destiny is a fucking MMO shooter. Not like Destiny in the slightest.
Yeah, but you know the Destiny mechanics.
Like an RPG, Destiny just borrows from normal RPGs.
Look,
It's not Destiny mechanics. I'm not gonna have you slander RPGs by talking about shit in Destiny.
I like the Destiny game. I was a big fan of Destiny.
Yeah, maybe
I
you.
was. Yeah, maybe me. Why don't we just turn it into a fucking Hunger Games? Fuck everyone else.
Harry Potter but Hunger Games.
Oh.
Yeah, the Triwizard Tournament would be cool. Maybe you could do that in Hogwarts Legacy. I kind of doubt it, but...
No, they wouldn't. I don't think.
What do you mean they
But-
wouldn't? What they
They
wouldn't?
wouldn't. They don't even have fucking Quidditch in Hogwarts Legacy. How are they going to put the fucking Triwizard Cup in?
Well, the Quidditch is not in the Triwizard Tournament.
It's not. But listen to this. They already have broom mechanics in the game, and yet they won't do Quidditch.
Well, they might do as DLC. I won't ever thought of that. DLC?
Oh, they're making me spend more money.
Well, you want the deluxe edition for some reason. I don't know why.
I bought the deluxe because it's PS4 and PS5 compatible, so I can play it on either one.
That's so sad that you have to pay more to be. Oh, God. Alright,
It is sad.
with that,
It's
have you finished your Goblet of Fire now? Have you finished it?
Try Wizard Cup, folks. Get the game.
Alright.
That's it. Right, I'm
Alright,
done.
well, boys, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thanks for watching. If anyone's gotten to this part, we appreciate it. If you could like, follow, not dislike the video, and
Did somebody dislike one of the vids?
yeah, I'll tell you about it after.
Oh no! I think you already told me.
No, this is a new one. This is new.
Oh.
Ooh. But yeah, I'll catch you guys next week. Alright, see you guys.